I think we'll start with, we've got the Little League World Series winners here. How exciting is it to have a team from California who's represented within one? I mean, how special is that for LA?
It's great. El Segundo Little League is here, and they won the Little League World Series, so that's certainly a very, quite the feat, quite the experience. I was fortunate enough to play Little League Baseball. I didn't get that far, but it's amazing how every year in Major League clubhouses, we're all locked in on the Little League World Series, and so for these kids to get that experience, go to Williamsport, pretty amazing.
Is it also crazy to think that, I mean, one day these kids could be big league baseball players? Like, I mean, you might still be coaching, you never know, you might be having one of these players on your team at some point.
Yeah, that's crazy to think. But yeah, you look back at Cody Bellinger and some other guys that have played in the World Series, and you get the footage of them as little kids. It's crazy, but I think it's the greatest game in the world, and to see people from all over the world play it, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's great for the city, and the city certainly rallied around these young kids.
Yesterday you had mentioned that JD Martinez was going to take some swings from the cage today. Was he able to do that? And how's he?
I think he's in there right now, going to swing the bat, do some flips, some soft toss. And I had a conversation with him yesterday on the bench, and he said that what he's done, the rest, he feels really good to go. So I think that's encouraging, and now we can just start the progression, and hopefully we'll get him back here sooner than later.
How important is it for getting back at some point in early September, just considering all the time he was in and out of the lineup, he hasn't really gotten the rhythm going offensively?
It's important. I think with a guy like JD, if you can get him back in the middle of September, you can accrue enough at bats to get a rhythm. The main thing for him is just being healthy, and when a player's not healthy, it just kind of sometimes bleeds into their mindset, their mentality, and clearly there was something bothering him.
So now the doctors have to follow themselves.
That's the goal, Barry. Those young kids led the way, so hopefully we can follow their lead.
Kershaw started last time, got cut a little short of the rain. Like, what's kind of the plan for workload with him?
I think, not really a hard number, but I think a base of 5 and 75, I think would be fantastic.
Dave, is Hudson still here? Or
Huddy is he's flying back, I think, tomorrow or the next day, but he's in Arizona right now. He's still keeping his arm moving. I don't know if he's got off the mound yet, but we're still holding out hope that at some point in time in September he'll be able to join us.
Just considering what your guys' lead is at in the division, and obviously vision towards October, is there thoughts of giving Clayton a sort of governor just throughout the rest of the regular season, just to make sure like he gets into October fully good to go?
I think that the main thing, certainly being mindful of his health, being mindful that we want him to be a part of things through October. I don't know really what that means as far as pitch counts or innings. But it's certainly front of mind how we're going to manage it.
Hey Dave, how cool is it for you to get a chance to talk to the kids and give them a little bit of words of wisdom and just celebrate them tonight?
It's great. I don't know how many of these kids have been to Dodger Stadium, let alone been on the field. So I'm looking forward to meeting them, saying hello, and like Kirsten said, there might be some big leaguers in there. So it's quite the experience for them, their families, and it's a thrill.
What can you tell us about the pitching plan for tomorrow?
We got Ryan Pepiot here. He's on the taxi squad, so he'll be active tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to start or not, but he will pitch tomorrow. I just don't know what capacity quite yet.
How do you envision using that fifth spot in the rotation going forward?
Yeah, I don't know. I think obviously we're in the stretch of 13 in a row, so plugging in Gavin Stone was helpful. Being able to have Yarborough online at different times has been very helpful. And obviously with Ryan Pepiot coming tomorrow, we've kind of tried to give guys extra days rest. I don't know how long we're going to sustain that, given we have some off days coming up after that.
Do you like having the idea of having Yarborough in the bullpen in reserve?
Yeah, I do. I do. It's just, but if we're going to fire him, We're trying to make sure that we get 3, 4, 5 innings out of him. But he's been big in the sense of allowing us to manage the workload for these guys.
So is there a scenario in which some combination of Stone and Pepiot kind of trade off going forward?
Yeah, there's a scenario there, yeah.
You've seen some of the big name pitchers that have been put on revocable waivers?
I have not.
Carrasco, Giolito, good old guys probably you could use.
I don't know, Barry. I don't know if I can talk too much about other players, but
I think it's okay if they're on waivers, right?
I don't know. I don't know if that's okay. But anyway, but the point being is that we've got a lot of guys. I think our pitch is in a good spot. We've got a lot of guys, a handful of guys that are potentially on their way back. So I just don't see us. We picked up Tyson Miller, but those marquee names, I don't see us in play. It could change, but I just don't see it happening.
Do you think you'll just add pitchers when rosters expand a bit here in a few days?
I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if it has to be 14 and 14.
I think it's 14. Yeah.
So it'll be a pitcher and it'll be a position player.
Today, Peralta DHing over Bush, what went into that thought?
I just wanted I want Chris Taylor to play. I want to get him some at-bats, and so that's the start of it. And I felt it's just a way to get him in there, and then give Peralta a day to just DH and get CT out there on the grass.
And then I know he was your starting catcher, but typically Austin doesn't catch late.
That's not true.
Well,
you're going back years,
okay.
JP.
Okay.
I think that there's times that it's happened, and in the past certainly. Will is our starting catcher, and it's not a caddy situation with Clayton and Austin. So Austin's playing great baseball. He's going to catch tomorrow.
Dave, about 10 games into the season, you guys were in Arizona, coming off of a difficult series. Do you remember about that series, especially the way that Arizona tried to really take advantage of the new rules? And did you kind of have to weather a bit of a storm with the new rules to adjust?
Yeah, we did. Arizona got us early. Cincinnati got us. Kansas City got us. And then, so it took us a while to get up to game speed on how much people were going to take advantage of the new rules. And those rosters were built to kind of run and be dynamic. And I think we've done a much better job of controlling the running game.
Do you anticipate that rearing its head September, October, beyond? Where teams are going to attack you like that?
Yeah, they got to get on base. We're pitching better. I think our guys are doing a much better job of varying their looks. There was a game last night. They didn't steal a base, so it's not like they're not trying to run. You gotta, it's still baseball, but we're much more mindful of it and prepared for it than we were earlier.
You guys are second in the league in run score, OPS, on-base percentage. I mean, Braves are the only team ahead of you. So obviously, what you're doing is working. You're 22-4 in the last 26 games.
Thank you. We are.
I just wanted to let you know that I think.
Thank you, Barry. That's nice, Barry. No, it's obviously Mookie and Freddie are having MVP type seasons.
Right. But you have Muncy with
Muncy's still having a nice year,
right.
And Will's an all-star, and I just think that it's James Outman is, he's in talk of Rookie of the Year, so we've had a lot of contributions, not just from the first two guys, but just collectively. We do well against the starter. We've done well, against relievers. It's just a really well-balanced team, and we have success against right-handed pitching, left-handed pitching. So I'm proud of what the hitters are doing, and our hitting coach did a great job preparing the team.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.